When I was going back through my channel catalog, I was very surprised that I haven't done a video like this because today we're going to be talking about the 10 rules for sensitive skin types. If you've been on my channel before, you guys know I have a very dry sensitive skin type and I am someone who has to abide by some of the tenets I'm going to be sharing with you guys in today's video. And in general, we're going to be talking about some of the things that I look out for when it comes to skincare, including sharing with you guys one of the brands that I have been using recently called APLB, and they have products basically for all different skin types. We're gonna be talking about one of my favorite ranges and getting into it. So let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay, so that looks nice. So as I mentioned, this is the brand APLB, and you can find them on Yesstyle. Brand APLB, and you can find them on Yesstyle. So as I mentioned, this is the brand APLB, and you can find them on Yesstyle. So the idea behind the skincare line is basically two things are better than one, like A plus B, which is like the name of the brand. And that's basically what it stands for. So it's basically finding the best synergistic ingredients to put in a product for a particular skin type. So like I said, I have a sensitive skin type. This is the line that I like, but I also like other products from this brand, but this is the line I'm gonna be talking about today. And this is the one that has the glutathione and niacinamide in it. They are formulated without fragrances and any other ingredients that are gonna be irritating for the skin, hence why I'm talking about them in this video. And fear not if you're overwhelmed, I'm gonna be sharing with you guys exactly how I use these products specifically, the order that I use them in, and what I think they're good for. So we're getting a lot of points in this video. Okay, rule number one is my least favorite, but it's honestly one you kind of have to adhere to if you have a sensitive skin type, and that is avoid fragrances. Now this is gonna be very skin specific because fragrances at this point can be a bunch of different things. It could be added fragrances, essential oils, whatever things you find irritating. And honestly, my recommendation would be to go get a patch test if you possibly can and figure out exactly what type of ingredients you are sensitive to. So for me, I'm actually allergic to certain fragrance groups and other ones are fine for me. Honestly, for the most part, I opt out of most fragrances because it's just easier for me. But if you have sensitive skin type, something to look out for. Kind of along the same vein, another thing to look out for is the quality of ingredients. Now I know this can be tricky, but like I said, a lot of brands will share where they source their ingredients, or they will share if they've been certified in different ways. So like I said, APLB is EWG certified, and that's basically a system that vets the ingredients so that they are better or worse for sensitive skin types. So it basically ranks the ingredients so you can decide for yourself, because as a sensitive skin person, you really do have to do your due diligence with a lot of these things and navigate that environment yourself. So having those types of things makes it a little bit easier. The next rule is going to be moisturize or hydrate the skin, because I find that's really key when it comes to sensitive skin and building up that barrier. Now I know I'm kind of guilty of using them interchangeably because I use products for both hydrating and moisturizing my skin. Hydration is more to do with the water levels of your skin, so that is more water-based, if that makes sense. Think of things that kind of attract moisture to the skins, like humectants, like hyaluronic acids and glycerins, and then moisturize is something that basically has to do with like more transepidermal water loss, so it's kind of sealing it in, creating a barrier. It's really basically to lock in that hydration, so they do kind of go hand in hand with one another. Now this is also why I've been such an advocate for layering on skincare products for such a long time, because I feel like in layering on those different skincare products, you're not only creating that hydration, also targeting areas of your skin that you might want to treat, but also locking it all in, because that's very important. And since we're on the topic of layering skincare, the common methodology of doing this is lightest to thickest in consistency. And if we're looking at APLB skincare products, very quickly how I would layer some of my favorite skincare products would be after you cleansed your skin and toned, I would use the glutathione, niacinamide, Ampoule serum. Ampoule is basically just a word for something that's a little bit more concentrated, so a concentrated serum. This is going to be a rush of hydration into the skin immediately, and it also contains that glutathione niacinamide coupled with centella asiatica, which is going to be not only soothing for the skin, but that glutathione niacinamide is going to add elasticity to the skin. And then talking about locking it in, we're going to go in with a cream or moisturizing type product. So for that, I like the glutathione and niacinamide facial cream. This again is going to add that deep hydration into the skin, but lock everything in, which is going to help all of those additional skincare products work more effectively. This has those same hero ingredients, that glutathione, niacinamide, and centella asiatica. And since, like I said, it does create that, I won't say seal, but it creates that hydration layer, it's gonna help lock everything in. And like I said, give your skin that little push it needs. So this is something that I would layer on after you use a serum, just kind of like, you know, they have synergistic ingredients. You wanna use synergistic products. And again, the texture and consistency of this is really lovely. In this video, I'm making an effort to recommend products that I think would be great for all different skin types, and this is one of those products. Now notice, I did not show you guys like a 10-step skincare routine because when it comes to sensitive skin types and when you're trying to figure it out, I have always said like basic is better. So what you do want to layer on to make sure your skin is getting the hydration and moisture it needs and any other concerns you might have, it's also important not to overwhelm your skin at once. Hence why you could just use these for the morning and this for the nighttime. And if you want to get a little fancy, if you feel like you need it, you could throw on something like this or use this by itself. And this is the Glutathione Niacinamide sheet mask. Not all sheet masks are created equally. Like there are definitely better sheet masks than others. This one has a form of an ultra adhesive sheet, so it's going to stick to the skin better, and that better adhesion is going to provide a better environment for absorption. So on days that my skin is feeling particularly compromised or dry, I can use a sheet mask like this. And I also like this product because of my next tip, which is prioritizing pH balanced formulas. Now, I know that pH can get a little sciencey and complicated for a lot of people, so just to err on the side of easiness, I would say just opt for something that is closer to your skin's natural pH. This has weak acidity close to a healthy skin's pH, and a lower pH equals a lower chance of disrupting your skin's barrier. Have we talked enough about ingredients in this video? Because I feel like that's another thing that I like to emphasize when it comes to finding skincare products that are good for sensitive skin types. So that's not only finding ones that are high quality, but also finding ones that suit your skin type. So if you're experiencing sensitivities, one of those here ingredients you'll see a lot is that Centella asiatica, which is in this whole line that I'm showing you. Again, talking about some of the humectants I was speaking on earlier, that is glycerin, hyaluronic acid, beta-glucan's another great one, and other ingredients that are gonna help build up the skin's barrier like ceramide, squalane, fatty acids, and niacinamides at lower levels of 2 to 5% can also help do that. Now, as you're probably seeing throughout this whole video, a lot of these rules have a lot to do with one another because they not only complement but coordinate with each other. And again, that is going back to SPF. If you have a sensitive skin type, one of the best things you can do for yourself is to protect your skin. I love something that has protective components like this because not only does it protect from the UV radiation, but it is also going to protect from that cellular damage we experience just from the environment. Plus, the reason that I like this is because this has a little bit of that moisturizing property to it, so it keeps my skin nice and supple throughout the day without feeling overly cakey or heavy. In fact, this just goes on so nicely, and as you can see in the B-roll, blends onto my skin very nicely. And this would obviously be for the morning time. My next rule is one that I'm always trying to practice, but sometimes I fall a little short and I need to be better about, but that is when you're testing out products, test them one at a time. I swear to goodness, guys, sometimes my body looks crazy because I will use different areas of my body to try like multiple products at once, and I almost have to like write down so I can track what skincare products I'm testing before I apply them to my face. But that is so important because obviously this being the most important real estate for most of us, we want to make sure that we're not introducing irritating products. And if we're applying a ton at a time, you'll never know which products or which ingredients are causing the irritation or inflammation. Definitely something that I have to take my own advice on and make sure that I'm always doing. I have definitely applied a skincare product to my whole face and then had a crazy dermatitis rash the next day. It is not fun. Now, speaking of applying things to my body to randomly test them, my next rule is when you have sensitive skin, do not forget that the skin on your body is also skin that is most likely sensitive. Because of that, I always like having a body lotion on hand to use that I know won't irritate my skin. And I moisturize my skin every time I come out of the shower or the bath, so this is a must. This one from APLB, the Glutathione Niacinamide Body Lotion, is really nice. It's a very lightweight body lotion, so do not expect it to be like a thick slather on type, but this is actually good for both morning and night because of that. So because it's non-sticky, I find it very comfortable to wear, and again, this features a lot of mild and non-irritating ingredients. And my last rule for this video is to maintain consistency over trends. Now, again, this is something that I find very difficult sometimes because I am a consumer first. I love going on social media and seeing what everyone is using, but it is important to remember that A, my skin is different than everyone else's, and I do have a sensitive skin type, and B, consistency is really where you're gonna see your skin changing for the better. And kind of the rule of thumb is it does take anywhere from like a month to 3 months to see a difference in a product, which is why you won't see me talking about like the newest and latest, hottest skincare products a lot of my channels, because I take a long time to test products, but of course our goal with our skin is to keep it happy and healthy, and so consistency is where you're gonna find that. So anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you have sensitive skin like I do, and like I always do, I will go ahead and link all the products that I mentioned down below, everything from APLB that I talked about in this video, in the description box with a discount code from Yesstyle. As always, I hope you guys are happy and healthy, and don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, share with your friends and family, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!